Hey, how's it going, you airheaded agrons? Today, I'm going to be doing a little bit different of a video than what I normally do. Going to be showcasing a deck profile on my current take on PikaRom in the post-rotation Worlds format. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. So we got two of the main guy, Pikachu Zekrom. He's going to be one of our main attackers in this deck. Only been running two right now because he is backed up currently in my list by two Raichu tag teams. First, I wasn't a huge fan of this guy, but after playing around with the deck a little bit more, the 20 extra HP I've been finding is super relevant. Whenever you can't one-shot anything, paralyzing them is also super good. And at first I thought the GX attack was just bad, but the more I played with the deck, being able to one-shot a PikaRom for 6 energy, or one-shot something like a Mewtwo tag team, or a Reshizard for just the 5 energy and just 1 electro power is also super good. So yeah, I've really taken a liking to the Raichu. I initially only had 1, but I've gone up to 2 and cut down to 2 PikaRom. Made that switch, and I've been liking it a lot. Definitely been liking the Raichu. Also, the plus 20 HP has been super relevant in numbers, specifically against Reshizard if they play the Shrine, so they can one-shot PikaRoms, basically. It doesn't quite get to the 260 HP, which has been super nice, and the Raichu can live through that as well. So yeah, huge fan of the Raichu so far. So yeah, those are the main attackers. We got the 4 tag team Pokemon. Next up, 3 Dedenne GX with the Dede Change ability. Just kind of the best ability draw support, the only basically ability draw support we have in the current in the post rotation format. So yeah, 3 of these guys. Started out with 2, but I found you don't really use 3 every game, but you want to use 2 pretty much every single game. So if you have to discard one with a Dedenne, it just makes it easier to find. If you prize one, having 3 around is just nice. If you sometimes open one, you have the access to the other 2. So yeah, just keeping the deck fast and consistent with the 3 Dedenne. Next up, I got 1 Rayquaza GX, basically as a supplement to the Coco Prism, because it is so hard to find Coco Prism now. We don't have Nest Ball anymore, but we still need to get that extra energy into play somehow. So I do have 1 of Rayquaza GX in here. I could definitely see this going up to 2, because it is a big deal to not prize this guy. But right now, currently sitting at 1. Sometimes the games you prize him, you just find the Coco Prism, so you don't always need him. But I do find myself pretty frequently using the Rayquaza GX, actually. So definitely need at least 1 in the deck, I think, for sure. Could definitely see it going up to 2 for sure as well, though. Up next, 2 Zeraora GX. Just gives our guys free retreat. Sometimes it's a nice attacker to not use back-to-back tag teams. Sometimes you can go tag team into Zeraora. That way your opponent just doesn't win the game by knocking out 2 Pokemon, which is nice. So yeah, 2 Zeraora GX. Also, you don't really, if you play 1, you don't want to prize it. You always want to have Zeraora on your bench, giving all your guys with lightning energy free retreat. So got 2 of those guys in here as well. And then the Coco Prism, of course, a staple in basically any lightning deck right now, and probably stay that way. Even though he is harder to find, we still need him. He's still way too strong to not play. So that's the Pokemon line. Moving on, 4 Lily, 4 Cynthia for our draw supporters. Just want a consistent turn 1 and then turn 2, turn 3, turn 4 draw support throughout the whole game. So 4 Cynthia, 4 Lily. Just want to stay consistent, drawing cards every turn if possible. And the Lilies are still pretty good. The rest of our deck is pretty fluid. We don't hold on to cards too often, especially with the radars, which we'll get into in just a bit. Can keep our hand size pretty low to draw a decent amount of cards with the Lilies. So I haven't found like that I want to play any other supporters besides just the Lilies and Cynthias. They've been pretty consistent at drawing me cards and getting me what I need through my deck. So I haven't really thought about trying out stuff like Erica's or anything like that yet, although I could definitely see Erica's being worthwhile. Next up, for the stadiums, we got 1 Thunder Mountain, of course, for our lightning deck, and then 1 Viridian Forest. And along with those, I play 2 Stadium Navs. I like having the extra out to getting off a turn 1 full blitz through the Thunder Mountain, and playing the Stadium Nav allows us to do just that. Get 1 heads, find our Thunder Mountain, get Rayquaza, attach, move the energy off Rayquaza, and then we have a turn 1 full blitz. I've been finding I've been getting turn 1 full blitz like more often through the Stadium Nav to Thunder Mountain than Coco Prism. So I definitely am a big fan of the Stadium Navs so far. And then we have a Viridian Forest in here as well. So we have another option to pull off of the Stadium Navs, should we want it. So yeah, that's the Stadiums and Stadium Navs. Up next, 2 Reset Stamp. Just want some of that comeback potential or mid-game disruption to our opponent's hand if it gets too big. We need to take it down a notch. So yeah, 2 Reset Stamps. Why not? Card super good. Definitely want some comeback potential in the deck. 4 E-Powers. Staple in pretty much any lightning deck. Does more damage. Not too much to say on these. Like I said, combo super well with Raichu's GX attack. Allows us to take big knockouts very easily. Up next, 3 Cherish Ball. I initially started out with 4, but I found that to be a little bit overkill, so I brought it back a notch down to the 3. And it's been fine so far. We need to find our GXs early. There's another out to finding Dedenne, finds all our tag teams, it finds the Rayquaza, which is a big one. Only thing it really doesn't find for us is the Cocoa Prism, but can't find everything. It would be a little bit too good then. We got 4 Electromagnetic Radar. Thankfully, we still have some way to get Lightning Energy into our discard pile with the rotation of Ultra Ball. So yeah, 4 of these, going to be a staple in like any GX Lightning deck for sure. No way these wouldn't be. We can always find, I mean, finding 2 Pokemon, we're usually looking for, almost always getting like a Dedenne and then either a tag team or a Zeraora off these. So yeah, 4 of these. Not, yeah. 2 Pokemon Communication. So these are in here initially for a way so we can actually find Cocoa Prism. I'm actually not convinced about keeping these in the deck right now. It is nice to sometimes put a Pokemon back in our deck before we would Dedenne it away potentially, like if we have like the second Raichu or second PikaRom in our hand, but we don't want to put it in play quite yet. Being able to shuffle it back in the deck before we Dedenne change is nice. Having some way to find Cocoa Prism is also nice. So currently been playing 2 Pokemon Communication. A little iffy on these right now, but they're in here. They've been doing a decent amount of work, so they're gonna stick around for a little bit anyways. Next up, we have 2 Tag Switch. These cards have been insanely good, and I definitely considered adding more. Alongside those, we have 4 Energy Switch. Like I said, the main way I've been getting off turn 1 Full Blitz is through Rayquaza plus finding Thunder Mountain, and we can't Tag Switch off of Rayquaza GX. We have to use Energy Switch. So I have been keeping up with the 4 Energy Switch for right now, even though I do kind of want more Tag Switch. Being able to like hit with a PikaRom, have it get hit back, and then just move it to the bench and move all the energy off it pretty much instantly with a Tag Switch, and then not have to worry about using that PikaRom ever again or getting hit ever again because it's just on the bench and Guzma doesn't exist anymore is great. So Tag Switch is insanely good, insanely powerful card. Like I said, maybe want to play a couple more, but at least 2 for sure. The card is crazy good. Going from Full Blitz into next turn easy Tag Ball without having to commit all your energy onto 1 PikaRom because you're not sure if you're going to get knocked out or not, and then you don't, and then you retreat to the new PikaRom, you put 3 energy on, and then you Tag Switch 2 up, attach for turn. Tag Ball is crazy. The card makes some crazy plays, and it kind of acts almost like a healing card in a way, because like if you can move all the energy off, like I said, like if you Full Blitz with your first PikaRom, they hit it, you retreat it to the bench, Tag Switch to a different tag team Pokemon attack with that for your turn. You just never have to bring up the PikaRom that was on your bench that got hit initially, ever. You don't have to use him until maybe you want to use him to maybe close out the game or something. You can just sit there and just chill. And because Guzma is not in the format anymore and not every deck plays Custom Catcher, maybe in some cases he just won't ever be able to be knocked out, and then your opponent just wasted a whole attack hitting it initially. 4 Custom Catchers in here. Helps a little bit with the consistency with the first effect, and then they're really in there for the second effect so we can get a Gust effect off. Usually only going to be able to use, I've been finding myself only using like 1 Gust effect a game, but it is a big deal to potentially use it, especially in the GX based matchups, to be able to bring something up and stop it from hiding on the bench, or in like the mirror match bringing up something that hid after being full blitzed or hit with Raichu's first attack. So yeah, 4 Custom Catchers currently in here, but I could definitely see just not playing Custom Catcher. But it might just be kind of too strong in a deck that's this aggressive to not play. So yeah, sitting on the 4 Custom Catcher for now. And then I have currently 12 Lightning. I know the staple has been 11 Lightning for a while in PikaRom, but I really like the 12th, the 12th Lightning for a little bit extra consistency and just having Lightning energy in general. I was just kind of finding myself running out of Lightning energy in general, even you know, currently or in the past. Even though I play the Coco and the Rayquaza, I've been finding myself just kind of running out of Lightning energy some games. Maybe that's because I'm running around so much between Pokemon. And when you tag switch, it only moves 2, so you 1 energy sometimes gets stuck on something you don't ever want to attack with again. So yeah, 11 Lightning was feeling a little low, so I've gone up to the 12, and it's been feeling super smooth so far. But yeah, that's my current take on PikaRom, post-rotation PikaRom, Worlds format PikaRom, whatever you want to call it. Don't have too much else to say on the deck. Let me know what you guys think well, about my list. What have you guys been running at PikaRom? Do you think there's any key cards I'm currently missing in my list for specific matchups, or maybe just overall consistency? Yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about PikaRom right now. And that's it. That's all I got. Check out the links in the description below. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.